So again, welcome to PLC SCADA DC's lab. So we are going to see the fourth experiment today. So the experiment is 2-cylinder and 3-cylinder piston control with PLC. So we will be seeing the aim and apparatus required in the next session.
So very good morning everyone, and in today's session, we are going to discuss about 2-cylinder and 3-cylinder position control using PLC. So our experiment 2-cylinder and 3-cylinder piston position control using PLC. So this is our topic. So our aim is to study 2-cylinder and 3-cylinder piston control using PLC. So as we know, we are in need of certain apparatus. So the major apparatus required to conduct these experiments are namely the software which we are using, Versa Pro, and also the pneumatic stamping system. This system consisting of all the required components to control your stamping over the given unit, and also the required number of patch cards. So here let us list our input and output first. The inputs are, we need to sense our material. Let me explain the basic system at first. Let me explain the hardware components related to pneumatic sampling system first, and then we can list the same. So this is our pneumatic sampling system which we are going to connect with our PLC. We discussed about the PLC training kit in our experiment 1 as well as 2. The same trainer kit we are going to utilize to control over our pneumatic stamping system. So this system consisting of certain components. Let me tell you the various components. This is our pressure unit, where the pressure which we can control, so that through the pressure you can activate our pneumatic switches. So this switch which will convert the electrical pulse into the pneumatic, that is the pressure which we feed on our cylinders. So this cylinder, single acting cylinder, you can have it as a double acting cylinder as well. Now we are having it as a single acting cylinder. When you provide a pressure from this end, the stamping which will get activated, so through which you can make this cylinder active. For example, let me provide the pressure for this particular cylinder. I would like to take this, and you see here the pressure which is coming out of this cylinder. So the pressure which I would like to provide for this particular cylinder to activate, when I provide pressure, the cylinder which will be activated. So this is single active cylinder. This pressure we are controlling through the switch. So similarly, we have 3 cylinders, namely cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3. The first cylinder will help us to get the material from the reservoir tank. Let us consider this as a reservoir tank, and we are going to have our material, in which we are going to stamp the date and manufacturing unit and other components as our need. So we are going to stack our entire materials over our reservoir tank. So the materials which will be pushed to the stamping position. The material will travel along the conveyor to where it will reach the second position. in which the second cylinder will get activated. So when it gets activated, the stamping unit will stamp the information over your product. So immediately after that, it is to be stored in our reservoir tank. So by the time you activate your third cylinder, so which will push our material to the reservoir tank. So this is what the system that we are going to control. So through this, we are having a proximity sensor to detect our material. So this is a non-metallic system which can be detected through a capacitive type inducting sensor. So this inductive sensor will sense your material, and also the position of your cylinder can be sensed by the inductive switch over here. You see, this will sense the position of your cylinder. If your cylinder is at initial position, the sensor, proximity sensor, will sense your cylinder. If the position is away, which means the sensor will go deactivated, which means this will help you to detect whether the cylinder is in its initial position or not. When I sense the material, also when the cylinder is in its initial position, you can activate this. So when I activate this, immediately the material will be pushed to my second position. So like this, let me push it manually like this. Similarly here, where the material is available or not, which you can sense through the second capacitive capacitive sensor, right? The capacitive proximity sensor will help us to detect the material in the position 2. Similarly, the second cylinder position is also detected here, and third cylinder position will be sensed by your third proximity sensors. So when my second capacitive sensor is active as well as the initial position of my cylinder is active, these two sensors are active, which means the material is available and we need to stamp it. Immediately you can activate this by enabling the pneumatic switch, so which will activate where it will get stamped. So within few seconds you have to take it to your reservoir tank by activating your third cylinder. So on the whole, we have certain number of inputs and outputs. Let us consider the capacitive proximity sensor 1 and 2. We have two sensors. Similarly, the cylinder positions are to be sensed. So cylinder position 1, cylinder position 2, cylinder position 3. So we have two inductive capacitive sensors, proximity sensors, and 3 proximity sensors. They are inductive. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So on the whole, we have 5 sensors. These are all going to be an digital input. Similarly, the outputs are, we need to activate cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3 sequentially. So to activate this, we need to apply pressure. So the pressure is being distributed into 3 different lines. We can distribute into 6 lines. Now we have only 3 cylinders, so we are distributing into 3 lines. So these 3 lines are connected to an input point of your pneumatic switches. So the outputs are taken to your cylinder. The outputs are taken to your cylinders. When I activate switch 1, it will provide pressure to my cylinder 1. It will be activated. When I activate switch 2, it will provide pressure to my stamping cylinder. Similarly, 3 will activate the pushing towards your reservoir tank. So these 3 switches are going to be your output component. We need to provide a digital output for these 3 to activate a pressure towards your cylinders.
So as we discussed in our pneumatic stamping system, we have 5 inputs. The 5 inputs are namely, let me make it as 5 inputs, and namely the first input, let us name it as I1, which represent our proximity sensor 1. Proximity sensor 1. Similarly, the I2 represents proximity sensor 1. The I2 represents the proximity sensor 2. So proximity sensor 1, which sends the material in the storage tank or in the initial position, and this will sense the material in the stamping position. Similarly, we have three other inputs, are namely I3, which is going to be your cylinder sensor, that is the initial position we are sensing through a proximity sensor, no, that is a cylinder position sensor. First cylinder position sensor. Which sense whether the cylinder is in its initial position, that is it will sense only the shaft, the location of your cylinder shaft. Similarly, I4, which is for your second cylinder, and the I5 is for your third cylinder. Right, so these are all the 5 different inputs. Similarly, the outputs are, we have 3 outputs. So the outputs are namely Q1, Q2, Q3, that is the addressing. The Q1 represents your cylinder switch 1, pneumatic switch 1. And my second output is pneumatic switch 2. And the last one is, that is Q3, is also a pneumatic switch, which is 3. So we have 5 inputs and 3 outputs. So based on the sequence, we need to develop a program. So let us consider, and we will go for our programming. So as we discussed, we have to go to VersaPro to connect with your GFNAC. So in this VersaPro, we need to make a new folder. So name the new folder. Let me name it as Venkatesan Pneumatic. Right, let us finish it. Right, here you will have an empty file, and you need to control over your hardware configuration. So change your module, the module which is available with this UAL004. we know that is the micro PLC 23 point AC and DC components are available. So have this and change your configuration. You just need to disable your password alone, since it will trouble the next user. So directly change your configuration, save it and close it. So we need to develop our program. Let us go in sequence. Whenever I find the material in the tank, I supposed to push it to the position 2 where we can stamp the material. So when I find the material in the position 1, that is the starting position, my proximity sensor will be active, as well as to push it, my cylinder should be in its initial position. So these two conditions I supposed to check, right? So that will activate my pneumatic switch 1. In the sense, based on the addressing, let us go based on the addressing. How the addressing which will be, check it. The addressing which will be, look at here, the addressings are proximity sensor 1 sensed, which means I1. So here it's supposed to be %I1. When it is sensed, also when your first cylinder is in its position, which means I3, when these two are sensed together, what I should do, %I3, when these three are sensed together, I need to activate my output 1, that is pneumatic switch 1. So %Q1. Similarly, After this, when one gets activated, the material will be pushed over your second position where we are stamping. So when the material is in stamping position, your proximity sensor 2, which will be active, also the cylinder should be, the position of your second cylinder should be in its initial position, which means I3, that is I3 along with I4 should be active to activate your second cylinder switch, that is percentage Q2, which means I3 and I4 are going to control over my Q2. Lastly, after stamping, I should push it to the storage tank or the reservoir tank or the end tank, where that will be controlled like your cylinder, third cylinder position should be in its initial condition. Also your proximity sensor should be sensed, which means the material is in stamping position. So my third cylinder position as well as the proximity sensor should control over my third cylinder switch, that is Q3, which means percentage I3, that is percentage I2, that is percentage I2, which is a proximity sensor, and this is going to be percentage I5, which is cylinder position 2, and this is not 3, this is also 2. Sorry for the mistake. Proximity sensor as well as cylinder positions, which will control over Q3 and Q2. Now you see all these things are happening in parallel. Since the scanning time is very low, they may all activated together. To control over your process, you should fix your timer here to keep your sequence by delaying one to another. Since all these processes will happen together within a nanoseconds, I need to control over the sequence by providing a delay among each and every step. So to make delay, I supposed to provide a timer, that is on delay timer. Click here, press enter, which will ask for your function you wanted to insert over there. So here I need to activate a on delay timer. So type TMR timer 100,000, and so you have studied about the timer in your PLC theory class. Let me enter 100, since if I provide 100 pulse, which means 1 second. If I provide 200, which means 2 seconds. So I would like to provide 2 seconds delay to activate my Q1. Similarly, I supposed to provide delay for my second output as well. So here keep it enter, press timer TMR 100 again, and last one also should be provided with a delay. So press enter, timer 100. So we have 3 different timer. So the first timer, the memory is required. Double click on this, give the register as percentage R1. Similarly, the second register timer is to have a memory which is percentage R2, and this is percentage R3, third register timer. You see the input 1 is controlled over. So as per our program, the output 1 is controlled by your input 1, that is the proximity sensor, and I3, that is the cylinder position, first cylinder position. Similarly, output 2 is controlled by your proximity sensor 2 and second cylinder position. Output 3 is controlled by once again the proximity sensor and also the position, cylinder position, that is third cylinder position. So here you see the first output and second output may be activated together. In the sense, the material will be traveling from one point to another, meanwhile the next material will be stamped. So the process may get interfered. To avoid these two processes to be activated together, we have to go for interlock. So that interlock, let us provide it here. Instead of providing an interlock by using your output, when your second proximity sensor is sensed, you should not activate your first one. Unless otherwise the process gets completed, you should not pass on your first another material to that process. So which means you should provide an interlock here, which is with respect to your percentage I2, that is the proximity sensor 2, right? So this is one case. And another case, when I need to provide timer for these two are giving a control over I2, both are being controlled by I2. Similarly, I4, I5 is always active, so these two will be active together to activate Q2 and Q3. So these things should not happen together, for which I am going to provide a time delay, like first let me stamp it by delay with respect to 100, and then let me push. So I would like to provide a delay for 200. So within the time slab 2 seconds, the first second the stamping will happen, at the second second it will be pushed to your storage tank. I explained the entire program again. So when my proximity sensor 1 and the cylinder position, first cylinder position 1 is active, I will be activating my Q1, that is pneumatic switch 1, to activate your first cylinder, which will push your material to the stamping position. So if the material is available at stamping position, that will be sensed by your proximity sensor 2. Whenever there is a material in my stamping position, I should not push the next second material to that stamping. So I am providing an interlock with respect to that proximity sensor. So when the proximity sensor 2 is active and the second cylinder is in its position, I will be taking 1 minute delay to push my second cylinder by activating a pneumatic switch, which will stamp the material. And the similar kind, the proximity sensor is sensed and also the third cylinder is in its position. I will delay for 2 seconds. Since the first seconds the stamping may take place, I am delaying for 2 seconds. So at the second second the material will be passed to the storage tank. So this is the entire program. Let us download the same to our PLC. Connect with your PLC, which is connected to common port 2 as we do in our program. I am using the same computers. So in the same common port 2, PLC is connected, and let me clear the program which is already existing over there. So clear all the informations, clear all. So after clearing, let us store our program. Since I am storing it for the first time, I would like to store along with other components like hardware configuration and other things. Store it. The storing will be successfully done if there are no error in your program. If there is an error, you will get a pop-up window here. You can read the error, and based on the error availability you can change your program. Let me try the same. Just I am going to put I instead of Q in the coil, that is the at output end. Let me try to store the same. If I try to store it, you see there will be an error. Store to PLC is not complete because I have 0 warning, but I have 1 error. Check the error. The error is at output operand power flow does not contain a valid memory area. In the sense the memory cannot be high. I supposed to provide Q. This is the understanding. Now you try to store it. You store it where you will get no error, and the storing will start. The storing is also completed. You can load if you wish. I would like to load only the program. for our understanding. The loading is also done. Now we can run our program, which will start the process. Run the program and that will start the process.
So let me place the materials. So when we place the materials, the sensor is sensed. The material is pushed over here. Since jumping, it is not sensed. After stamping, it will be placed. The second material will be pushed. The second one is sensed. And since it is not sensed, due to sensitivity of this particular sensor, the material is not properly sensed. So you can adjust the material little bit closer to our product so that it can be easily sensed. So adjust the material. Let me place it in the storage tank. Push over there, protected, stamped. So this is our pneumatic stamping system. Thank you so much.
So this is the document we need to submit for the fourth experiment, 2-cylinder and 3-cylinder piston control system. So we have the pneumatic kit and we have this program. This program is already explained. So you need to make this program in the PicoSoft and you have to submit in this place of this GFUNIC based program, and you can submit the document in PDF.